The appeal of Facebook is getting greater and greater every year. Nearly 1 billion people are now part of this huge social experiment.
And some fascinating research is being done about the psychological factors that drive Facebook use. Catalina Toma is an assistant professor of communication at UW-Madison. Thanks for being with us today.
Nice to see you.
Thanks so much for having me.
Why does Facebook make us feel good?
Well, Facebook is a pretty broad platform. There's many activities that people can do on Facebook. One of them is to construct yourself, to compose a version of yourself that is accessible to a fairly large audience, right? People have hundreds and hundreds of friends these days. So that image of yourself that gets constructed on Facebook tends to have positive psychological benefits. It turns out that people do put their best face forward. They do want to impress others. They do edit themselves in ways to make them look cooler, better, more attractive, and they are also in a position to do so. Facebook allows them to be very thoughtful about what they're going to put across. They have a synchronicity or all the time in the world to construct a profile. They can edit it. It's quite the opposite of, say, speaking live on TV, right? You get to really think about what you want to put forth and how you're going to do so. And this version of yourself turns out to be very flattering, very attractive, and confers emotional benefits upon users.
But is it authentic? I mean, in your research, you've actually come up with a word for this. You call it self-affirmation theory. It seems like there might be a phony quality to that.
Yes, authenticity is a really critical issue. If we're going to be self-affirmed by this information, if it's going to make us feel better about ourselves, it has to be honest, right? Only information that we know to be true can make us feel better about ourselves. And on Facebook, we do find that this information is largely accurate. And we believe the reason that is the case is because it is vetted by this large audience of friends who knows the self-presenter both online and offline. So they're people who know you well, who are in a position to verify the accuracy of your claims. And people don't want to be caught lying. You're not going to be lying if you know people know the truth.
Is there a dark side to this?
To Facebook, certainly there is potential negative psychological effects as well. There's research coming out showing that people don't quite grasp the idea that everybody presents themselves in really embellished, wonderful ways on Facebook, such that when you look at other people's profiles, not your own, other people's profiles, you have a perception that they're doing much better than you. And that in turn can make you feel worse, assuming that others, look, they're having such wonderful, fun-filled lives, perhaps much more so than my slightly tedious one.
Maybe not overthink it so much. Catalina, thanks for being with us today.
It's been a pleasure.
Very interesting.
Fascinating research, and come back and share more of it with us.
It would be a pleasure. Thank you.
We'll look you on Facebook.